They show off their skills and their incredible machines.
As a kid, you grow up with seeing people racing the toys or even the little airplanes, and so you always want to be that guy. Well, my turn.
An air show where anyone can perform.
We just have a fun fly, which is we do stupid stuff in the air that we shouldn't do.
In the skies all across this country near cornfields in this particular place, a lot of people gather together to share a special bond with this hobby, which for some is much more. We take you to the heart of the story. Saturday morning, dozens gather at this grass airstrip and so many others like it across this country to show what they can do. From groups of 20 to 50 to large-scale conventions. This thing is getting big.
There's AMA, which is our governing sanction. They have a convention every year, and they actually do two, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, but yeah.
Adam's in charge. Well, kinda. He's not really sure.
I am technically, what am I? I don't know. What's my role? Field Marshal. I am the Field Marshal of the Erie RC Club, but really just a member of the club.
Clubs are exploding as more and more people get hooked on going sky high. On the local scene, raising money for vets and charities while having some fun. What's cool about this?
It's a lot of fun. It gets you outside. You're not playing video games. You know, you can do the real thing. I mean, it's like holding a controller, but you're outside actually doing something, which is great.
And these guys, I mean, they have a real passion for this.
Yes.
Some of them spend a lot of money, a lot of time in this sport. And
Lots.
why do you think that is?
A lot of people, they build in the wintertime and then fly in the summertime. So they'll take 4 or 5 months in the winter and build an airplane from scratch. So I think it gives them something to do year round.
Some enjoy the classic small planes and the vintage reproductions. Others take this hobby to whole new heights. Hey, Gary's one of them.
It is a jet airplane. It has a real turbine engine in it. It actually runs on Jet A air fuel. So yeah, we classify them as a jet. They're really capable of doing the same maneuvers as a full-scale jet, and maybe a few extras, so they're pretty neat.
Do you go around telling people, hey, I have a private jet?
You know, it's been brought up more than once, and then their eyes get like, oh wow, you do? I said, well, let me start over. It's an RC jet, and then it just kind of breaks it down, and you get into their world because everybody loves RC. As a kid, you grow up with seeing people racing the toys or even the little airplanes, and so you always want to be that guy. Well, my turn.
Investing tens of thousands of dollars in his hobby. He's all business, though, in pre-flight.
Well, here we're going to show you a Havoc today. It's built by Elite Aerosport. It is a turbine motor in this thing, so it really does fly off Jet A fuel. So when you hear it fire up, you'll be shocked how much it sounds real similar to a jet airplane. We are regulated at 200 mile an hour. This one will be at 200 today because that's pretty much what we have to fly at. We'll do some high-speed maneuvers. It has a smoke system in it, so there'll be times I'll leave a nice smoke stream, put on a little show for you on that. Plane is just like a real plane. We have to have brakes. We're regulated to have brakes, so when we land, we have to stop the plane. We have working flaps, just like a real airplane. The only difference is the cost difference. These are a lot less than a real jet, so but they are pretty expensive toys. So we do fly with a lot of pre-checks, a lot of safety.
Safety checks done. Kill switch ready.
We have multiple kill switches. This is what they call a jetty radio, and so we use this as one of our on-off switches, and this will be another one. So we have two functions to shut the turbine off in flight if there's a problem, or if we're out of control, we can turn everything off in flight.
It's time to take off and put on a show. But when the jet comes back down to earth, we discover a serious side, a deeper story masked by the fun of the sun. You see, this is his connection to his brother, lost when they were boys. Tell me about your loss.
Well, you know, back in 1979, me and my brother Roger, we were just kids. You know, we were back when 5-cent nickel pop can became a thing, you know, so we'd go round up enough pop cans, go get a couple of sodas and a candy bar. And so as we were doing that, a middle-aged guy approached us and offered us a brand new 10-speed bicycle. Well, we're walking. A new bicycle at 5 and 12 years old seems pretty cool, right?
The man set a place to meet to make that exchange. Raised on the farm and new to the city, they trusted that things would be okay. But sadly, that was not the case.
And Gary, I could tell you the story like I was there yesterday. It never has left my mind since 1979, and I'm 47 now, so long time. So we met the guy there, and unfortunately, he grabbed up me and Roger and started dragging us down the tracks. So we knew this isn't right. Roger made a move, I got away. Roger did not. Well, 5 days later, we found Roger dead in the Mississippi.
Decades later, the case still unsolved. He found something to help him cope with the loss in some way.
To kind of fill in this era of my life, I didn't get a childhood. From 5 to 10, I lived in group homes, foster homes. My parents just totally fell apart. My dad actually died when I was 12. They just pretty much became bad alcoholics. And it really was difficult growing up, not realizing there was more out there.
He worked hard to rebuild his life, found success in business, and found a way to honor his brother who saved his life.
I mean, we were RC kids. I mean, anytime we could be around something that had a motor or a radio controlled, and there wasn't a lot back in '79, but there was some stuff out there. So we always loved it. So kind of to vent on this a little bit, every flight I think of Roger, because he's not here, I'm here. He made the move for me to get away.
So he flies, together with friends, his new family.
What is it that sets a community around RC racing?
Well, you know, every club has, 20 to 50 members. So it's kind of neat. You get to have a second, maybe third, fourth group of guys. We call them kind of some family members. And for me, it's about helping them. Anytime I can help, donate something, or, hey, if someone needs a motor or fuel, anything, it's really great to have the connection.
And a little friendly competition that sometimes has them going head to head, way above their heads.
We just have a fun fly, which is we do stupid stuff in the air that we shouldn't do, and that gets a lot of local guys together, and that's more just a for fun thing. But
well, I always wondered if you could take these up and have like an air battle. You probably don't do that, do you? Oh, do they?
They do. There's a thing called air combat. They build special planes and they put streamers on them, and they literally try to hit each other.
But you don't want to try to take down the $20,000 jet?
That's not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
And unfortunately, it does happen. Every plane has its life, right? So any plane will crash at some point. It's just wind.
But when he sends that up, if we send up a little one to take it out, that might not be good?
No, it wouldn't be good at all. He might not like us.
Instead, on this day, they raise money for vets and raise the spirits of Gary and so many others that find that the best high they can imagine comes from up here, the clear blue sky above them.
What is the best part of all this for you?
Really, it's hanging out with friends. I've loved airplanes since I was a little kid, so to me, it's a way to be around airplanes that I can afford, and be around friends and hang out. That's really what we do. We set our tents up and we can just kind of hang out for the evening and have fun.
Do you ever worry that your beard's going to get caught up in one of the props?
Not yet, but it's getting there, hopefully. With ZZ Top one day.
You got emergency crew here just in case it happens.
That's right.
On standby.
That's right.
Cool. Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Hey,
Thanks for what you do.
Appreciate it.
Hey, help us share more inspiring stories. Click on that photo of me and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell a friend. More cool stories coming. The Heart of the Story with Gary Metivier.